Yo guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we have a video about Fire Emblem Heroes. For those of you that don't know I play Fire Emblem Heroes, I play Fire Emblem Heroes. And to those of you that do know I play Fire Emblem Heroes, I play Fire Emblem Heroes. You can watch me on twitch.tv/akutu24. Alright, with the intro out of the way, I'm really sorry about the clickbait title. It's once again clickbait. I'm not going to quit Fire Emblem Heroes anytime soon. Not till probably EOS. But yeah, and I want to talk to you guys about why I'm not really feeling the game as much as I used to. And that's because of two words, or technically one word, power creep. Back in the day, the director of the game stated, we're very concerned about power creep and we kind of want to avoid it. Fast forward maybe 3 years back, 4 years back maybe, power creep has gone to an insane state where we're literally power creeping units within the next banner. And a lot of people say, it was probably like Summer Three Houses back in the day when, we have Sato, Claude, all of those units. And it's gone significantly worse from there from that point on. The first real sign of power creep to me was really when they released damage reduction speed-based skills. Back then, it was tolerable. You needed to be faster than your opponent. Okay, you had to meet your conditions to get your damage reduction. If you aren't faster, you don't get damage reduction. Pretty simple nowadays. But now, you have units that are like Asker, where he doesn't even need to have a higher defense than you do. He just needs to have defense, and he gets true damage reduction from that. So you now need true damage reduction to beat Asker, whereas before you would only need something like Legendary that has damage reduction to beat damage reduction skills. But no, you can't do that anymore because Asker has true damage reduction versus the damage reduction negation. It's really fucking stupid nowadays. Units these days have like they're the cookie cutter units. All have like slaying for some reason. I don't understand when that trend came on. Slaying, yes, is very good to have in your weapon, but not, in my opinion, not everyone should be getting slaying. Nor should everyone be getting +5 to all their stats, or +12, or whatever these bullshit +6, +6, +5, +5 skills, and literally the kitchen sink in their damn weapon. Everyone nowadays has like freaking 5 weapon conditions that they get for just existing. And no, a 25% HP condition is not a condition, nor is a 3-space condition. Remember when we had adjacent or solo or within 2 spaces? Now you get 3 spaces as a condition. Or columns and rows as conditions. Realistically speaking, a lot of the units in this game really need more conditions to draw back the power creep. If you don't meet your conditions, you don't get to reap the benefits of your weapon or your skill. It's as simple as that. People say a lot of units that have those conditions suck, and in my eyes, they're balanced. There is not a single unit in this game with a negative condition. I thought that was going to happen with Lapis, but no, it's just Lapis gets another ability with her literally like 10 weapon skills. I don't understand that. I truly don't. And some people might be, you're just complaining. Get good. I am been rank 1 in Summoner Duels, S and R for the last year. I consistently top Aether Raids and consistently get gold thrones in Arena. I think I know what I'm talking about at this point. I've gone through the ringer, and a lot of people that know my backstory, and I've stated multiple times, I'm not going to do it here. They know where I've come from and what I've worked to achieve this to this point in my career in Fire Emblem Heroes. And it really comes down to a lot of this power creep is come down to acceptance by the community. When I look at Reddit, when I look at Twitter, it's just people accepting this and saying it's good when it's not. I'm not going to name the content creators' names. They know who they are. When you gaslight and gas up banners like this by saying, oh, it's so amazing, look at these new skills, you are actively hurting the game and criticism towards the game. And I'm not going to say whose names. They're the people that post those videos with no thought process put behind them or the analysis, and then within like the first couple hours that don't criticize the game. I criticize it every single time when the new unit comes out. They're so overpowered. I criticize it because it's not helpful for the game. Obviously, I say what I say, but as a meta player, I will do what it takes to win. Every single time, I will make the adjustments. The thing is, as a PvP player, if I lose, that's more meaningful than a win to me. It lets me know what I did wrong. It lets me focus. It's like, okay, yes, I failed there. How do I fix that? And you go from there. That learning process has been lost because a lot of people just use guides in this game. They can't even do PvE content, let alone PvP content in this game anymore. And that's what drives power creep, because people are struggling. New players are struggling. The thing is, there's no way for a new person to be able to catch up without swiping mega hard on top tier banners to just get good stuff. There's no learning process between that and getting to where they should be. And the acceptance of lower end acceptance in the game, how tier 20, essentially tier 20.5, the joke about that, not getting kicked down and just being able to coast, or stuff like coasting in Aether Raids, Vaults of Heavens, between you can drop here and there and not have to be struggle. There's a lot of things, mechanics in this game where ICE is rewarding players for not being able to play up to a certain level. Whether that's fine by you, it's completely up to debate on where you are at that spectrum of skill level. But what isn't up for debate to me is content creators constantly saying everything is good and not criticizing and thinking about this. Yes, you put your analysis out on things in this game, but you have to sit back and say, at some point, and look and say, am I doing the right thing? I constantly criticize skills. I constantly have criticized skills like Gambit on their introduction as being overtuned. Look at it now. We have Gambit 4, and it considerably is a terrible skill compared to Lagoo's Friends. Where did Lagoo's Friends come from? It came from skills like Gambit and not drawing the line there. Gambit, it was just, maybe you could have made say an exception like, hey, you need a high cooldown special for it, but you get stats, you get true damage reduction. Then the unit that came on Gambit was tailored toward Gambit. Now you get stuff like Lagoo's Friends, where you could use a high cooldown special, or you could use a defensive special to give you true damage reduction, more damage reduction, and then damage pierce. Yes, it's easy a top tier skill, but at what point are we gonna draw the line saying enough is enough? And that's where I want to wasn't just about tanking skills for a long time. We all know, all known for the last couple of years since pre-combat, especially with pre-combat damage, has been that tanks aren't in the greatest spot. Obviously now tanks are in a really good spot with Lagoo's Friends and Breath of Life 4. Once again, Breath of Life 4 is a stupidly dumb skill. I don't know. They should absolutely not reduce lethal smoke at all. Deep wounds. But that skill is stupid. It is plain stupid. I don't know why you can put that on another unit and it heals another unit. Let alone, if it just healed your unit, okay, maybe. But to completely destroy pre-combat damage and AoEs is stupid. AoE specifically. Pre-combat damage, there was I'm not gonna lie, pre-combat damage was extremely stupid, and that's what made nukes even more powerful. I'm looking at nukes like Leon and Legendary Camilla. Leon will be in a different conversation, or we can talk about him right now. Leon, I don't know why people didn't criticize Leon as soon as he came out. And one of the most unfun things in this game is not being able to play the game. Leon does that. I don't know which IS dev needs to be hit over the head for Leon. I seriously don't. I don't understand. To me, Leon would have been okay if he was an EP phase cavalry. oh no, EP phase, they suck. Yeah. But at least if that was the case, and he was like his Formortis form, and you attacked into him, and you use your turn because of that, I thought that would have been more acceptable than what he is currently, who gets true damage, damage pierce, burn damage, and sweep. And at the end of the combat, he turns off one unit with the highest speed stat, while also being a dual unit that can also do that with his button. Who thought that was okay? Seriously, who thought units like Emblem Ike was okay? There are so many polarizing units in this current meta that you simply have to focus on them in order to succeed. We're not in the days of old where Fatal ran the meta. We're not. Fatal was never this impactful as Emblem Ike, Attune Micaiah, Dual Leon. I'm just at a loss of words sometimes. I don't know how much more people are willing to take this. I just really don't know. You see the player count going down. The spending count has been fluctuating depending on how good the banner is, and that should not be a metric for it. I am begging IS, stop the power creep. Stop producing units. Let the game sit. You don't have to constantly keep producing units to make money. There are other avenues. You're looking at you, Azure Lane. Make skins, make cosmetics, put more effort. I'm sure people, if you could put more effort into Binding Worlds, Hall of Forms, people would buy those formas. Like every new banner, you could have a Hall of Forms for that banner. And people could spend Hall of Forms, like formas on those new units so they get the skills they want off the units on the banner and have a copy of the unit. And then they can go to the banner and spark them or whatever. I'm not saying you have to take away the spark. I'm saying add more continuity to the game. Add more skins. You don't have to re-record lines. You just add new skins, guarantee a copy for your person. They're happy. I'm sure people, if you have some old units and there's another skin for them, people would spend $5 for that. 100%. Look at different ways of adding more value to units in the game. Add more ways to spend more packs, everything. It's just, if you're mainly driven to spend on gacha in order to get stronger, that is the worst way to do it because it incentivizes stuff like power creep. And that's like what I want to come down to here is, IS, stop releasing things. We have more units in the game that we can actually hold right now without going to reserves. You have to step back and just look at the situation a little bit. Slow things down. Find different opportunities to monetize things. Not even in-game. Figure out how to do it off-game. Have some way to be able to connect your amiibos to Fire Emblem Heroes so you get rewards. Have people connect their Nintendo accounts. Buy different games to get different rewards. Something like the Mass Effect achievement system where you get stuff for doing achievements. Like Heroes, and like you set it up with Heroes Path. You have packs. You had the times when you gave free units for buying Fire Emblem 3 houses. You have the right ideas. You're just not using it. Spending money on just gacha currency is absolutely what's going to contribute to the down spiral of this game. All right, guys. Sorry about that video. So, yeah. Until the next one. Peace.